Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Vidja Game Hunting. This week I am back with an absolutely epic haul. The best score of games I've gotten in months, maybe even the last year. So let's jump right in, not a whole lot of time to waste because we got a bunch of stuff to get through, games, systems, accessories, there's a lot. So basically this ended up being a trade from a friend who I played online games with, and he recently found out I'm collecting, and he was selling off some of his older games. And let me see what he had. Offered to let me buy a couple, first dibs, and we agreed on a couple games. The Last of Us for the PlayStation 3, and then The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the GameCube. Now I was going to pick both of these up for $20, but the day before I went to go meet him, he sent me a text and let me know that the game unfortunately was missing for Twilight Princess, which was kind of disappointing, but then he also let me know that his mom dug out his old childhood games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, GameCube, and that he would have them there when I went to pick up the other game and go through those, which I was really excited about. And basically, I had just planned on buying some of the stuff, and he just didn't want any of it and was just going to give it to me. So I said, okay, let's do a bundle deal. So everything, including those first two games you looked at, I bought this all for $60, which is a great deal, I think. Ian, if you're watching, thanks for hooking me up. I appreciate it. So let's jump right in because we got a lot of stuff to go through. So let's go through some of the systems and accessories first. First up, nothing real exciting. Couple memory cards, two for the GameCube, one for the PlayStation 2. A Super Nintendo controller. There is no system in this bundle. PlayStation 2 controller. Again, no system, but the controller was in there. So first system, the original model of the Nintendo 64. It does have the expansion pack. I checked. And with that came a couple of these Mad Catz controllers, an orange and a red here. And then along with those were two more controllers, the official Nintendo red and gray controller there. Next up, system-wise, we've got the GameCube, the Barney edition here. I did not have that one, I've got the Platinum version myself. And then the last system is the classic Nintendo, the NES here. And then sort of randomly in this box of stuff, there's a bunch of random cords and things at the bottom. As we were going through it, I noticed that there is a DVD read and write drive for the PC, which is not anything special until I got going through the box a little bit more. And I realized that I was onto something. I don't believe that this is just a standard PC DVD drive. No, this is something much, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness history right here. I believe this is the original prototype model of the PlayStation. Yes, gamers, that's correct. Everyone suspects that Nintendo and Sony were working together on the PlayStation while the Super Nintendo was out, but this prototype proves otherwise. I mean, how can you dispute this proof? It's right there in front of you. So on to games. Let's go through the NES stuff and we'll work our way up. All of the games he gave me came with these hard clamshell cases, and in fact one of them's got this really cool instruction or controller fix-a-pad kit, which has got pieces to repair an NES controller and some instructions on how to do it. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never seen one of those before. So on to the NES games themselves. Wrath of the Black Manta. Not a great game. I do have that one already. Q*bert, which is of course an arcade classic, and I did not have this for the NES. Hogan's Alley, which is a early light gun game. It's a fun one though, I like that one a lot. Back to the Future. Now I did have this game already, but I didn't have it with the instruction manual, so I have that now, which is awesome. And then Adventures of Gilligan's Island. I've played a little bit of this. It kind of reminds me, the layout and stuff at least, is Friday the 13th, the way you have to navigate the maps. I don't know that I'm really going to get into that one. And then the best of the bunch, the one I'm most excited about, is the original Mario Brothers, the arcade port for the NES, which is great. Classic game. So let's move on to Super Nintendo. Two Super Nintendo games here. Time Slip. I did play this one a little bit. It kind of reminds me of maybe the poor man's Contra. Not as good, but still, it's enjoyable. It's not the worst game I've ever played. And then an absolute classic here, one of my favorite games of all time, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And we will jump into Nintendo 64 now. This one is just box and manual only. This is Mario Kart 64. Sadly, no game in there for that. An absolute epic find, I think. This is my favorite game in the bunch, is Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is the collector's edition. Box is a little beat up, but it is complete. It's all in there, which is great to have in my collection. And then let's jump into our 64 games here. So we'll start off with Blitz 2001. I'm not a big sports game guy, but those Blitz games are fun with a buddy. NASCAR 99. ECW Hardcore Revolution, which is a wrestling game. Of course, another wrestling game. This is Backstage Assault. And then the game everyone's got to have in their 64 collection, Super Mario 64. Fantastic game here. I love the Dreamcast version of this one myself. I've never played the 64 version. I'm sure it's pretty fun. Gauntlet Legends. One of the classic multiplayer games, you know, from the arcade to the NES days up till now. Just so much fun with a buddy. Bomberman Hero. And I don't know if that follows a traditional Bomberman gameplay or if that's more of like an action-adventure one. I think that's what it might be. I'll find out. If you know, let me know in the comments. Major League Baseball, Ken Griffey, featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Kobe Bryant in NBA Courtside. And the last game in the lot here that I'm going to show, San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. So yeah, like I said, again, everything $60. More than happy to add a lot of these into my collection. Fantastic deal. And hey, a rare prototype system. You can't beat that. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.